cool the stage off a little. Aggressive. They are bring the players back in. The recovery is incredible on Bermuda this morning.
Yeah, now we're looking at sort of have information regarding the position of Virtus Pro. Meanwhile, we are now panning on towards Snowfall. As I said, it's Rainbow 7 and Buriram. However, on the river mouth, Dragons and Red Hawks are at it right now.
Aggressive as heck right now as DRG. They're going aggressive. Kutush falls. Blade as well. And Blade can't even be recovered anymore. For now, they have to find a way to get themselves back into this game. But DRG 3 already. And this is a great start for them. I glazed them on the stage earlier for a good reason. This is a team out of nowhere just gone completely nuclear and taking down so many big names.
A short run here for Red Hawks. The last member was finally found. It was found by Motavia from Pain Gaming, as Motavia is on that lighthouse tower, encompassing the whole area of River Mouth. Looking at Team Dragons right now, he's being so careful not to actually release any kind of shot, despite being in a position where it's hard for Dragon to execute here, even for Motavia to go down. So with that said, Motavia tried his best. Carlos goes down towards Rima. Rima now on the floor, manages to collect another point here for Pain Gaming. Motavia doing a lot of work for Pain Gaming in the early stages of the match.
They're looking to break some hearts and break some dreams because DRG, while they're hot, they are currently on the back foot in terms of bodies. So the best way is just go for, for cover. And the same thing could be said about Falcons because they are here to not to play. They're here for names and also kills. But Pain Gaming are rallying. They get the kills. DRG, one more member falls here, but for Pain, they try their best to get those pickups. But Falcons, Peter, he's aggressive. There's a reason why he is one of the #1 decorated players on this team. And he has taken the first pickup for the team. And they're looking to find a different way to eliminate Pain from this game.
So Gus tried to fly himself away from Falcon, but apparently the Falcon managed to swoop him away in midair. So there is only Motavia left, and Motavia doing what towards Team Dragons? He managed to secure 4 elimination for this Brazilian team, all alone with that car and also Woodpecker. Oh, such a unique setup here by Motavia, using the glue wall and also the mid jump pad right on top to gain elevation and good angle to actually go towards Forest Rate. So main job here for Motavia, he has to revive the others.
You want to be able to do that as well. I mean, you saw they had a bit more advantage in terms of their cover and positioning as well. But Falcons did a great job of rallying and being able to break through those defensives, running in as a 2-2 to be able to just really push them outside into the open arms for his teammates. And I think that Falcons, while they have been a bit more quiet, they are here today to just really, really solidify their lead.
Pain Gaming is back. Motavia managed to actually revive everyone
guys,
back.
আপনারা যারা দেখছেন স্ট্রিমটা
A little
দেখছেন
bit of a scuffle here in Rai as
দয়া করে
AG and
আপনারা
Outspot
ফলো
on Olympus
সাবস্ক্রাইব করে লাইকটা দিয়ে দিন
scouring around the same area. Rai is a very open space area. They have to actually close in their gap. Meanwhile, no key was knocked
এটা কোনো কাম
by
করলো
View
ভাই
on the
বাংলাদেশি
backside.
টিম
That
12
they
নম্বরে
have
ওয়াইপ
to take
আউট
refuge
নামার
in
সাথে
their
সাথে ওরা
Arsenal,
ওয়াইপ
looking
হয়ে
again
গেল
on the floor this time alongside Adam.
কি ভাই মান
on the
সম্মানটা
Olympus
রাখলো
so
না
good,
রে
they
ভাই
have to fly away, and indeed they did. So the remaining members tried to exit. Only one member actually exited as Zyro was left here to handle AGAL all alone. Varus tried to break as much wall as
দেখা যাক
possible
ভাই
with the
কি
closer
অবস্থা
in hand, and Zyro managed to find cover for the current time being. He had
দেখেন
been
ভাই
but
কি
sadly
ভাই
due
সবার
from his
18টা
back, and
টিমের
Zyro
মধ্যে
goes
ভাই
down.
18 নম্বরে
Terrible
বাংলাদেশ
position
এখন
to be
বুঝেন
in when you have no clue where the
আর এর
AGL
এটা
members
কোনো
are.
কাম
And
করলো ভাই
AGL realizing that they have to really struggle to earn their spot into that top 12 just really fuels them further. Now they have, all the, armory, they have the upgraded weapons, and I think this would really increase their firepower, give them an upper advantage to be able to get all those frags, to be able to solidify themselves into some points in terms of kills, in terms of
গত বছরের
positioning as
সেরা
well.
টিমের ফেলকনের
Alright, we might see another Falcon and Pain
কি অবস্থা
Gaming
ওদের কি
interaction
খেলা
here, this time on River Mouth. Here is a short replay from Rainbow 7 where we could not actually report it for you guys, and Rainbow 7 manages to actually control Buriram. It looks like Buriram has to exit the vicinity instead. And now we're looking at Falcon again. We're about to see whether or not Falcon repeats their match against Pain. They had a very good run earlier where Pain was left with Motavia to do all the revive, but apparently Pain manages to actually find a route to fall back, but Gus has been
Watch
spotted
your
by
back.
Falcons.
Yeah. Falcons, they're ever watching, eyes like a hawk, you want to say it. Gus gets backstepped here, his teammate wants to pick him up, but I don't think that Keroro is going to allow him that
And
space to be able to do so. A lot of pressure going toward him as
Yes,
well,
I was
and
sorry,
Peter cannot do a lot to help his teammate in this situation.
Then
And as for
Messi to
Falcons,
our
they're
10 second
understanding that in
অথবা
this
20
dire
সেকেন্ড হবে
situation, the best course of
আর
action
সেটা
is to take a little bit more
কোনো কাম
space.
করলো ভাই
Pina
Man
tries
Commander
to
রাখলো
actually
বলেন
do some suppressed fire towards Team Playing Gaming, but knowing that they are quite far apart against each other, so Falcon decides to actually just maybe find another thing to do here in Rivermouth, maybe find some resources that are lacking in the team. But it looks like Pina was aimed at, I think Playing Gaming from the minimap, it looks like they are trying to engage on towards Team Falcons. Meanwhile, the first zone is about to close. There's a few teams still outside of the zone. Example, Buriram, AGAL, and also Lost. Dragons resetted back their team. However, they are currently being bountied by another team in our Alpine, and it looks like the circle has updated, putting Sunside as the middle point.
Interestingly enough, that southern side is such a heavy point of contention. So many teams rotating over, which means we're going to see some bloody fights coming from there. Virtus Pro, I think they can chill for now as the rest of Onyx are looking for a slower and later rotation as they try to bring themselves back into this game. And I say bring themselves back into the game is such an important thing for them because you want to be able to make sure that you have a bit more space to work with. Your teammates are able to get back into the game safely and you're able to rendezvous together to move together as a unit.
All right, we're looking at Vision System SB. They had two good games actually, despite currently being in the lower part of the overall table. They still have that hope to try to get to the top 12, trying to cut off teams from AGAL as well as Dragons. If they could actually get 3 more good games with good placement and elimination points, even with Abuya, we could see another Latam team proceeding towards the point rush stage. Meanwhile, we're looking at RRQ happily camping at boot camp. Again, this is also a base camp, sorry. This is also another vicinity within the midpoint of our new zone. And Mal equipping with the AWMY. High damage, high caliber. Sadly could not go through glue walls. Only the M2B could do that. But still, a very scary weapon to be facing against.
I'm looking at DRG's rotation right now from southern side. This is a very scary rotation because they are currently right against the zone, and most importantly, if they do break into that circle, there's Falcons waiting for them. There's AGAL waiting for them, and that's the worst part because AGAL and DRG are currently on that same amount of points. They need to both be able to kind of like break each other to be able to earn their spot into that top 12, and it's really scary, especially when you're up against a team like Falcons.
Another potential team going to point rush. Movie star Rainbow 7. Playing it slow. Does not enter the zone early. From Railroad, it looks like they are opt to go to Carousel. But the thing about playing in Carousel is that there is a body of water. So if they were to play around near that water, it could prove detrimental. Meanwhile, again, another team has entered base camp. This time around, it is Virtus Pro. Yet to get an elimination point in our game right here. They are side by side with Team Falcons as well as Team Vision System. Meanwhile, Lost just exited Rivermouth.
You know, I think the panel had that question just now, will Buriram United actually make it to that top 12? Can they actually, maintain that point to be able to secure themselves here? And, I think the panel had a good, indication of saying, yeah, it's Buriram United. You don't really have to worry about them too much. They're explosive. They can start the day strong. They can still get enough, enough points to just maintain that top 12, and then suddenly in the point rush, the champions rush, they hit the ground running. But in this situation where so many teams are this competitive, how long are you going to be sitting on that back foot? Are you not going to try show a bit more of the competitiveness, or are you just going to just do the bare minimum here?
I believe the bare minimum would be the least. The next stage. Same goes to Lost right now. We're
94
looking
points,
at them.
yes.
Yeah, same for Lost right now. They are quite, how can I say, comfortable to be current being, as they have sufficient points to be proceeding towards the point rush stage. And again, this is the airdrop brought to you by STC. Okay, very nice. I'm not so sure what's inside, but I believe this is a golden airdrop, so maybe either a Groza or AWM inside. Now we're looking at the Vantage Bridge where dragons reside. Awaiting them in front is AGAL, but they are going to use that mini jump pad to try to go to front. And dragons awaiting the new zone. And talking about the zone, those who are inside are actually right smack in the middle. Falcons, Virtus Pro, and also I believe only one member of Team Onyx Olympus. Therefore, the team that is in the middle of the zone will try to kick beef. Meanwhile, RRQ and R7.
Yeah, very aggressive coming for RQ here. They're hot off that win this morning. They've done the ritual, and it's working out very well as R7 just crumble. Games King falls as well. The rest of RQ just taking their time, moving together as a unit. They've gotten 2 members of R7 already, and they can now chill. They're playing at the side of the zone here. The rest of R7 forced out there, back in the open, into the zone again. And you know, this is the question. What are you going to do here? You have a vehicle. Yes, you have to go for a longer rotation for sure, but time is ticking.
He's trying to adjust the vehicle. Yeah, you could reverse Hux. You could reverse the vehicle. All right, Hux has a vehicle. However, he's now all